After we defeated Anova, we went back to Clef. Everyone was there to show support for us. I was so happy. I just wish Rafarga, Ascot, Caldina, and Alcyon could have been there as well.
After we defeated Anova, all the friends we've made along the way got together to show their support. I'm so happy to know that we've made this many friends. We must defeat Zagato and save Sephiroth.
Due in no small part to Ferrio's efforts, we were able to defeat Anova. I'm so happy that we have the opportunity to assist the good people of Sephiroth. I just hope I don't let them down.
When we activated our 3 machines, Zagato's palace appeared from nowhere. It looks like this is the final battle. Clef, Ferio, everyone, wish us luck!
It's been the best of times, it's been the worst of times. I guess now that the final battle is so close, all we can do is hope that we have enough power to save Princess Emerald and Sephiroth. Well, wish me luck, Diary!
It seems as if we've been traveling forever to reach Zagato's palace. But strangely, it seems like it was only yesterday that we arrived. I suppose there's no time for tears, so I'll just smile and give Zagato my best shot.
When we at last fought against Zagato, we were surprised to find that he had a machine as well. Now we have to fight machine to machine. This is going to be tough.
I just had a weird thought. The fact that Zagato had a machine as well means that he has some secret wish in his heart too. I wonder what it is.
There have been so many unexplained things in this journey. What Alcyon said, what Zagato said, it leads me to believe that there is some big secret yet to be revealed, and that concerns me. I wish I didn't worry so much.
Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Magic Knight Rayearth. The finale! We defeated Zagato! And Clef is here! Unpetrified and everything! No small part to, Zagato being dead, that he's no longer petrified. Spell died with him. I don't know why he's stopping us, other than to say, hey! I can move my feet again! I can move my hands! I can use my staff! I can feel my bones! I'm gonna go get her. It's fine, this is just between you and her. This is a Magic Knight ordeal. She doesn't need me. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I am forbidden to say anything more than that. What are you forbidden to say? Okay, I don't understand that sentence, Clef. You didn't ever need to say that. Let's phase through Clef and go! Don't know why Emerald can be in, regular space. She has to be in her own crystal flower petal place. And now we actually get to meet Princess Emerald in person. The only time we ever saw her was back at the Spring of Eterna, as a big praying, crying face. Zagato's career as a kidnapper is over. We just fired him. That's all we did. He's now a bum somewhere in near the volcano. We put him there. Yeah? Fu's face is a little bit... what the... Yeah, what's this turnabout all about? Emeralds? Oh, that's a different size. Different size of font completely. You don't have to be... well, I guess you have every right to be pouty about it. Yeah, I can hear you from the other side of the door, Clef. Explain. Emerald's pissed at us. What did we do? Right. Really now?
Because Princess Emerald loves Zagato deeply, she placed Sephiroth at risk of complete annihilation. Knowing she had betrayed a sacred trust, Emerald felt ashamed and sought to punish herself. She therefore summoned you, the Magic Knights, from your world, because only ones called from outside her domain could defeat Princess Emerald, the cornerstone of Sephiroth.
Even back then, Zagato were completely black. So no one's able to touch the princess unless you are outside of the world. Heck, the Rainbow Elder had a better shot at doing this. Nobody really knew that he was around, though. So Zagato kidnapped her to keep her away from us, so that they could continue to be together, because if we got in their way, that love would end.
I could never forgive those who have slain my one true love. Your fate has been sealed.
And she has enough will, too, to get a machine. The two-toed weird machine that all we're seeing is the feet. All we're seeing is the feet. Love to see more. Do it! Clef! You can't leave until you kill this woman! That's what you're telling me right now. So, if we kill Princess Emerald, she'll die? I didn't want it to be that way. I wanted just to kill her and then she'd be fine. That's such a bad line. Yeah, now we're in a predicament here. Or at least Sephiroth is. Because we killed Zagato, so that means Princess Emerald's kind of a little bit out of control now with her emotions, because we killed her one true love. So if we leave her alone, Sephiroth is just going to be destroyed anyway because she's out of control. But if we kill her, Sephiroth will still be destroyed because there's no pillar to support it. Because what the hell have we been doing? This legend stinks. Alright, now it's time to fight Emerald herself! Good fight, everybody!
dangerous! Clef, how will we ever defeat Emerald's machine? It's too powerful!
Magic Knights, don't worry. Now is the time to unleash the power you have nurtured since your arrival in Sephiroth. Demonstrate the power of your fierce will and conviction. If you believe in yourselves, the strength of your machines can overcome any and all obstacles in your path. Call forth your power, Magic Knights!
The power of our will. The power to save Sephiroth.
We will have the strength to finish our mission.
Now all three machines combine! And now we can finally take down Emerald's machine, which is a surprisingly complicated boss fight, to be honest, for the final boss fight anyways. She fights in a pattern. A pattern that, if you're fighting for the first time, which I'm kind of showing off, is that you're not ready for it. So that's why you kind of die very quickly. However, I died because there's a couple of different reasons why I did. First off, look at her health bar for Hikaru. It's through the roof. For some reason, she keeps the health for the machine, even though she's not supposed to have that much. However, the other reason why I did it, reason number 2, is going back into the diary, there is one last entry. Entry 57.
We totally kicked Zagot's butt, and Clef is back to normal now. All we have left to do is rush in and save Princess Emerald. Then we can finally go home. I really miss Flash.
Once Zagat was defeated, the spell which turned Clef to stone was destroyed, and Clef returned to normal. But I can't help the feeling that something's still not right. Oh well, maybe Princess Emerald can explain it.
I am consumed by this overwhelming feeling of dread. I can't quite place my finger on it, but I'm afraid to go on. I wish I wasn't such a baby sometimes.
For some reason, this one entry cannot be viewed in the game unless you purposefully die to Emerald at least once in order to actually look at it and read it. Listen to it. Which is fine, because that's one last thing I'm able to show off of the game, is that whenever you die to a boss or whatever, the penalty isn't that big, actually. Hey Clef, we died, but we're back to life. Now we can actually personally talk to you, while she's waiting in the other room for us. Wonder... Nope, okay, only Hikaru shows anything. But the thing is, if you're going back to fight another boss fight after you've been killed at least once, there's different dialogue for when you return. You also still only see her feet. Weirdly, this applies to all boss fights. They don't really give enough information to really be, like, something I would actually show off, so... I'm getting this pattern down terribly. Anyway, let's show off the magic. The magic is a name that completely escapes me right now. We're fighting something that's apparently 10 times the size of us. Ow. Jeez, my pattern is awful right now. So, in this new machine, we also have a couple more things, like that new magic spell, but we also have... Ow. a new spell, or a new form of attacking, which is this homing ability. Then it goes back to fighting lightning, then there's the laser eye beams. And to avoid taking damage, I usually go back and hit the enemy with another spell. That gives me just enough invincibility frames for projectile attacks to just go through me. Otherwise, there's these little stars here. And as you can see, there are 5 different areas that I need to hit on Emerald. Ow, this is hurting. This is hurting, damn it! You technically don't have to take down all 5, before you get to the head, which is what I'm gonna do now. Because this boss fight is, technically for me, the hardest in the game. Which is to be expected, because it is the final boss fight. But you can kind of go about it a different way, especially when you have the pattern down. So let's do it now. You can get right up in Emerald's face and actually do damage to her entire body if you really wanted to. All of the flickering that you see is actually doing damage to her as a whole, which means that you can take down her a lot faster. Triangles, go! Yeah, so this entire boss fight comes down to pattern recognition, which is not something terrible. The only problem is that you are not able to heal at all during this fight, so if you are bad with the pattern, you only have a certain amount of hits that you can take before you go down. That's all. I think I was just about to get hit there. Either that or I already did. I'll have to go back and actually check. There we go! We didn't even take off any ligaments.
Excellent work, fair magic knights.
But Clef, have we really done the right thing? I mean...
Don't despair, for you see, the outcome is exactly as Emerald had planned. And at last, your destiny is fulfilled.
Princess Emerald!
Hikaru, Umi, and Fu, you have fulfilled all that was asked of you. Remember this, no matter where you go, the strength of your mind and spirit is the most powerful magic of all.
But Emerald!
And there you have it. There's the game. After just defeating Emerald, it just kind of goes abruptly to the end. Congratulations, you have defeated a princess. So, this is part 2 of 3, so that means there's one more part after this, and that's specifically Super Nintendo version to finish that one off, because there is a lot more to that game in terms of the final stretch than there is for here. Thank you, Dave Twinkles. There's some credits in here that are just kind of fun, but let's just get my thoughts out of the way for the Sega Saturn version, shall I? It's certainly the best version out of them all. It shows a lot more than the Super Nintendo version did, so I'm glad I decided to do this one as well as the Super Nintendo version, because originally my plan was just to do the Super Nintendo version, and I realized how much of a mistake that was. Going to be, anyways. the other thing that it does is it adds a lot more to Sephiroth. And in the same way, the more it adds, the more it actually reflects the pacing of the story of Magic Knight Rayearth. Because as you can see, after Wyndham, the game just skyrockets to the end. There's a lot less crud and filler in order to actually get to the end. So that's great. I like that a lot. Even though some people don't really like the pacing of the story. But anyway, I had a lot of fun with this, to be honest. Doing this whole thing overall, getting back to actually doing an RPG, this was pretty much just a project for me in order to actually get a little bit more confident in going back into the genre. And I feel like I'm a little bit more prepared to do it. So, I'm happy for that. Hopefully, more things will come out of this a little bit later. There's certainly RPGs that I want to do in the future, and doing something as small as this RPG might be, it is still like 8 hours. 8 hours, 10 hours. But it's got what I was looking for in order to actually go through just the base of what an RPG is going to have. Minus leveling, minus all of that. I do like the fact that there is no actual leveling in this game. Still all the collectible stuff, though. But anyway, I'd like to know if you enjoyed this at all, because special thanks to Cindy. I'm hoping that you do, and very special thanks to Mountain Dew. Hopefully you enjoyed this just for the Mountain Dew that you saw all over this, all over this game. But that's gonna be it for the Sega Saturn version. Please let me know if you enjoyed this. I hope you did, because we still have a couple more things left to go. One more video for the Super Nintendo version, and then one last thing for the Sega Saturn version to cover something that, well, we were promised when we actually completed our mission. So we'll see that. So it's not yet to say goodbye to this LP. So, I'll see you next time, everyone, for the final part of the finale.